the XRP army, everything that took place over the past week and a half was prearranged. In today's video, I'll demonstrate why I think so and what you should be getting ready for in the near future. Alright, I'm referring to Monday of next week, which is July 21st. Indeed, this is a subject of some urgency. Therefore, we must begin by discussing the current situation with Fed Chair Jerome Powell, since the Republicans have made their approach quite obvious. In essence, they want to remove Jerome Powell from his position at the Federal Reserve by perhaps bringing charges against him. As you can see, Jerome Powell may have received criminal referrals from several members of Congress after lying about the FHFA chair bill's $2.5 billion reconstruction of the Federal Reserve headquarters. Powell should be prosecuted in addition to being fired. Isn't that what many people are basically saying right now? He is an embarrassment to the American economy. These are the kinds of things that people are saying. And if this controversy is real and he did lie about this refurbishment, then that is a huge concern, isn't it? He's not decreasing prices enough. And since it is a significant amount of money, it goes without saying that he will most likely face jail time. 2.5 billion. The majority of individuals never ever see that much money in 1,000 lives. That being stated, we will return to Jerome Powell shortly. But in case you missed it, there were some really amazing announcements that took place. President Trump formally signing the Crypto Genius Act into law is one of the clips I want to show you, everyone. Come on, let's play. People are clearly rather pleased with that one, as you can see. During this meeting that he was hosting here at the White House, Trump also had a lot more things to say. He spoke extensively about Bitcoin, which is understandable given that the bill he was signing had a direct connection to it. After playing this for you all, I'll be honest with you about what I think this really implies. Pay attention. For years, the entire crypto community laughed at you, ignored you, and wrote you off. Just a year and a half ago, you were counted out. However, this signing is a huge affirmation. And even prior to this signing, I believe that your items have increased in value by more than any stock, or by a significant amount, over the past year and a half. I will mention a couple of stocks that were rather good. However, your industry has undoubtedly improved. Correct. Definitely dead, as an industry has blown a number of records.
Yes, it's unquestionably true. You glance at XRP. You examine Bitcoin. In any case, it has exceeded the S&P 500 by 99%. There may be a few of penny stocks that have fared better than others, but you know, that kind of stuff often happens. Everyone is aware of that.
That's fairly fascinating stuff, in my opinion. I'll state this as well as the fact that I believe this is only the beginning. For more than a century, stocks have been governed by well-defined regulations. Basically, stocks have been following a fairly clear pattern ever since capitalism was established. Indeed, there have been regulatory bodies that have established and enforced regulations. For cryptocurrencies, this is just now finally taking place. They have been able to outperform equities, nevertheless, even if we haven't had clear guidelines down to this point. That is an amazing accomplishment. Really, that is an incredible accomplishment that, in my opinion, deserves recognition. Consequently, the Fed's decision to fire Jerome Powell is the first issue we're truly examining here. Naturally, ETFs are a crucial topic that we are examining. We're also considering tariffs. These three factors are most likely to have the biggest effects on the cryptocurrency market in general, and XRP's price behavior in particular. And because of some pronouncements like this one right here, I do believe that we will likely have some instability with the tariffs first. President Trump wants to impose a minimum tax of 15–20% on EU imports. The tariff war. Then this is far from finished, and based on Trump's posture, stance, and tariff rhetoric, it is likely to continue until the very end, and maybe even after his administration. Additionally, Putin says he would impose a flat tariff on all BRICS countries. Everyone in the BRICS economic alliance, that is, agrees that tariffs will remain in place. The uncertainty surrounding tariffs seems to be much less of a concern now, which kind of leads me to the most crucial point, which is that our black swan events like tariffs are now having little effect on the markets. Additionally, there are positive news stories like the Crypto Week and the Genius Bill. In other words, they're excellent for the industry. Naturally, this year saw XRP reach a new all-time high of $3.65, which I believe was the highest on the majority of exchanges. That's a huge accomplishment. That's amazing. We should celebrate that. Since it took so many years to accomplish, and I have been in the trenches myself, make sure you all rejoice the fact that it is Friday. Creating news-related XRP content while attempting to fight the appropriate battle with ease for the end. You know, I've been creating videos every day for 4 years, and throughout that time I've been purchasing XRP for you. Sincerely, I have never felt so grateful to be validated as I do now, and it is truly an incredible feeling. I mean, it's really amazing. Additionally, we're observing a recent surge in international investor holdings of US Treasury securities. This basically means that people throughout the world are far more confident in the US economy now than they were in the past, isn't that right? The figures are rising sharply. The United Kingdom, Canada, Japan, and a number of other countries are increasing their stockpile of US Treasuries. In essence, they're expressing their belief that the US dollar will continue to be strong. They believe that this is a safe and sound investment in the US economy, correct? When you ask Rock what the impact is and why people are doing this, Rock tells you precisely that. So let's get back to XRP. Since we already discussed the possibility of Jerome Powell's termination, let's go back to him. But this, in my opinion, is the biggest news. Since interest rates are dropping and billions of dollars are being poured into the economy when Jerome Powell is fired, this is the largest and most significant story. It goes without saying that the sooner this occurs, the better. Based on this, I do believe that we may witness some significant catalysts that might lead to significant increases in the price of XRP, as well as possible decreases. The markets will suffer if Jerome Powell is staying in power, the Republican Party is unable to fire him, and he remains in office until 2026. Since it appears that Jerome Powell will not be lowering rates, I do believe that we will witness a very significant correction. He simply doesn't want to do it. That will be awful. However, I believe there will be more pyrotechnics if Trump and his team are successful in getting Jerome Powell out. They will set up their new man. Around this time, the ETFs will be authorized simultaneously. I mean, the ETF approval date is quickly approaching. A lot of great momentum there. I don't even believe I should call this small gathering we had here a little. After all, it has been nothing but fireworks for the past week and a half. However, I do believe that the surge we have witnessed over the past week and a half will be absurd in comparison to what occurs in America when we have lower rates, and Europe, China, Japan rates are being lowered simultaneously by everyone else. UK, Canada. Whatever it is, I believe it will be something to genuinely witness. And I believe that it is what will enable XRP to reach $20 per coin. For this reason, I believe it is feasible. I want to be really clear about it. Rates have not been decreased by the US, which is the world reserve. It remains at 4.5%. The impact of Trump's goal to reduce it to 1% will be insane. It will blow you all away. It's all I'll say if it occurs. And I sincerely hope it does, because if it did, I would like it to happen this year. God forbid, will it be enjoyable? Therefore, I believe you are aware that there are headwinds or tailwinds. There are some things we must be on the lookout for, and certain things we must be anticipating. These marketplaces are influenced by several variables. I do believe that there will be a correction. I'm prepared to purchase that drop when it occurs, even if I'm not sure precisely where we're bottoming out. This ride has been enjoyable. Because of this, I've been enjoying my long-term spot holdings, and I'm going to hunt for some additional additions fairly soon. I will soon be searching for additional reliable trade possibilities. To view it as well, I would like to ask everyone to join my Discord community. Joining is quite simple. You guys have no justification for not doing it. All you need to do is register on either BTCC or bit.inex, my two partner crypto exchange sites on my website. Following the completion of the first two stages, deposit, submit your email, and exchange user IDs. Enter this form here, and your email will grant you access to my Telegram and Discord accounts. All well, I hope to see you all in there. In my opinion, this is a chance that no one in the cryptocurrency industry should seriously miss. That is not financial advice. It is just my personal view.